I'm Dana Grohman, and I want to tell you about my Off and On, The Beaten Path, UnClassic Road Trip book series, the Eastern Edition, Central Edition, and Western Editions. The Eastern Edition includes the Northeast, the Midwest, and the South. The Central Edition includes the Rocky Mountain States, the Great Plains States, and the Southwestern States. The Western Edition includes the West and the Pacific Northwest. The books are designed as a great history book, a geography book, and a great travel guide. Many people use them for homeschooling, and of course there are those who just love to be an armchair traveler. I've included information on the state's history, the state's capital, national parks and state parks, and great byways and drives and four-wheel drive roads, and even places where you can dig up your own fossils, gems, and minerals. Learn about famous faces and famous places. Find out about famous homes and birthplaces of presidents and well-known women and men of American history and technology. How-to people will love touring candy factories, tractor factories, and even a Corvette factory. Learn behind-the-scenes information on fantastic man-made engineering feats, such as the Hoover Dam. I also have a section on, it's called Factoids. These are just little tidbits of information, a trivia section, if you will. Learn about inventions and inventors. Hungry? Have a Navajo taco in Utah. Have a Tombstone pizza in Arizona. There's nothing like a warm, fresh beignet and some chicory coffee in Louisiana. I've also included some weather information to help you decide when you might want to visit particular places, just like you can't go to Yellowstone in April unless you want to snowshoe, snow ski, or ride a snowmobile into the park. I've also included some famous quotes or funny little sayings that are related to each state. Danadotes are interjected to add a bit of personal humor and or experience from my travels back and forth across the lower 48, off and on the beaten path. Learn about the amazing things to see and do in southeast Utah. Tromps through the Badlands. Find out how to hike to the Supai Reservation on the Colorado River. Go by the first In-N-Out in California. Explore Ben's Old Fort in Colorado. Tour through a submarine at the Submarine Museum in Connecticut. Stroll through lovely botanical gardens in Florida. Drive through Wormslow, a beautiful Georgia plantation. Chomp down on a Chicago dog at the Union Station in downtown Chicago. Drink soda water from a spring in Idaho. Don't miss Union Pacific Train Museum in Iowa. Visit automaker Walter P. Chrysler's Boyhood home in Kansas. Pull off and see where Bonnie and Clyde were ambushed in Louisiana. Have a picnic at Glacier National Park. See the tiny chapel at a rest stop in Minnesota. Gaze at Chimney Rock in Nebraska for the first time, like those on the Oregon Trail did. Visit Rachel, Nevada, on the extraterrestrial highway in scenic Nevada. Go to Robert Frost Homestead in New Hampshire. Tour through Thomas Edison's estate in New Jersey. Be amazed at the ruins found across New Mexico. Go to Corning Glass Museum in New York and see the most spectacular glass. Visit TCOM in North Carolina. See where aerostats are made that surveil our border between the United States and Mexico. Smell a buffalo up close at Theodore Roosevelt National Park in North Dakota. See a replica of the Santa Maria in downtown Columbus, Ohio. Caves are always a great place to experience, and Alabaster Cavern in Oklahoma is amazing. Then there's always the pristine Crater Lake in Oregon. Visit Constitution Hall in Pennsylvania, where the U.S. Constitution was signed. Visit the mansions of the Gilded Age in Rhode Island. Find shells along an unmaintained beach in South Carolina. See George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln at Mount Rushmore in South Dakota. Pick up a spray can at Cadillac Ranch off Route 66 in Texas and graffiti away on one of the Cadillacs buried nose down in the ground. Visit the State House in Vermont. Submerge yourself in history at Appomattox Courthouse National Historic Park in Virginia. For a truly amazing time in downtown Seattle, go to Chihuly Glass in Washington. Catch the midpoint of the Appalachian Trail in West Virginia at Harper's Ferry. While in Wisconsin, you can visit many of Frank Lloyd Wright's beautiful architectural masterpieces. While in Wyoming, go on a fish fossil dig. Thousands of places are described in detail in these 3 books. The goal of these books is to spark your interest in learning more and searching out the phenomenal resources that await to be tapped in the Eastern, Central, and Western United States. What are people saying about these books? This book is fantastic. First, it makes me want to travel to places I haven't been to, but also haven't thought of until now. Wow, this is no ordinary travel book. If you want to get beyond the usual sites and information promoted by the tourism industry, this book is for you. I was honestly impressed not only with the content, but also the easy-to-read and follow format. This book, along with the Eastern and Western editions, encourage people to get out and experience this country's people and history. Dana knows what she's talking about in this this excellent book. Her vivid descriptions and beautiful photos make you feel you are standing next to her reading a historical marker or enjoying a spectacular view. Just wanted to tell you how we used your books in our daily homeschooling. Last year, my twins were in 3rd grade and studied U.S. history and geography. As we studied each state, we would need a resource for topography, interest, and national park information. Your book provided us with useful resources that were easy to read and kept my children's interest. I found the information and historical facts to be intriguing. I learned some things about the area I live in that I didn't even know. Buy one for yourself and for the world traveler in your family. The author shows you the real America within these pages and includes valuable, often forgotten historical information that every American should know. Learn about many hidden geographical gems in this country as Dana takes you on an UnClassic road trip. Buy all 3 books and receive free shipping and handling. This is just a sampling of the information found in the 600 pages of information in the Often on the Beaten Path, the UnClassic Road Trip by Dana Grohman.